The biggest update ever for PSVR2 sim racers has finally arrived. I've personally been waiting for this for over a year. I felt like I was the only person on YouTube who was being honest with you guys when I got PSVR2 on GT7. I was like, this is not how it looks in videos. This is not how Digital Foundry is saying it's like a 4K experience. It is a blurry mess, and that's because of reprojection. And basically what that means is when you buy a PSVR2 headset like I did for GT7, half of the frames you get are blurry, reprojected kind of guesses. The game is guessing where a car should be, and it's just a really muddy experience. And I've made videos on it. I've tried to do my own interpolation in videos to show you how it works. And I've just warned you that if you buy a headset, you've got to be aware of this. So I've been banging this drum personally for over a year, and finally GT7 have made a PSVR2 update. And this ain't it, by the way. It's not on yet, but I want to show you. I'm going to turn it on, obviously. So this is me. This is my car in real life. So I know this car. I know the details. It's very accurate. And this is with this setting, this new setting off. Okay? Now, in this VR showroom, the effects of interpolation are not going to be as significant because we're limited to moving at a slow speed. So we're moving at a slow speed. Now, to explain, what you're seeing on your screen, you are getting 60 frames a second. Okay? You're getting 60 frames a second. What I'm getting in my headset is 120 frames a second, but every other frame is a guessed frame. So you're not getting those guessed frames. You're not getting those sort of blurry frames. You're getting a crisper experience. It means you're also not getting as stable an experience. I've had some people comment saying, why are the PSVR2 videos a bit jittery? Well, that partly explains it, okay? But when I'm moving, right now, half the frames I'm getting are blurry. So when I'm still, absolutely fine. When I move, blurriness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the setting here. And it's very confusing the way they've done it. So go to display settings. It says VR positional reprojection settings, PlayStation Pro. When you look at it and you say off, you'll be like, okay, that's great, reprojection off. No, it's the opposite. On means they turn it off. So classic Gran Turismo 7 there, but I'll just explain it to you. So now we're going to turn it on, and we're going to go back in this VR showroom, and then we're going to go to the Nordschleife and show you as well. So here right now with this setting on, things appear crisper. Things appear a little bit crisper. There's not that same delay when you move your head, but we're not going to have the best experience here because we're moving at a slow speed. What we need to do is we need to go to a track, and then there's another secret feature I'm going to show you that really just makes this as clear as you can get it, and is a genuine game changer. I'm not afraid of saying that here. This is a game changer for PSVR2. So going to go to Nürburgring, going to go and do a quick race in the morning in my car in real life. So we did this one on the PS5 Pro when we got it before the update. And what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to have this setting turned off. Because remember, the bigger speed you're moving at, the greater issue reprojection is, because it has to guess things at a bigger distance, if that makes sense. It doesn't really know where something is going to be the next frame when you're moving at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. So we're just going to reset my headset position. So here we are then in my car. And basically, the best way to explain it is, see the guy ahead, Gallegos, great name. When I move left and right slightly, his name blurs. Because the two L's in his name, the PlayStation and the PSVR2, have to guess where that L is going to be in the next frame to give me 120 frames a second. Because if they only give me 60, people are going to feel sick. You need to have 72, 90, 120 hertz for a VR experience. And by the way, on PC, that's why I'm using my Pimax Crystal at 120 on iRacing, natively with no reprojection. And that's why I've been saying that the Pimax Crystal is just a better experience on PC if you can run it at 120 because there's no reprojection. And it will still run a higher resolution than this. Right, so there's the RCZ ahead, Mr. Vera, or Mrs. Vera, or Ms. Vera. And look left and right, it gets blurry. Look at my, if I look at my dash here, it gets blurry. It's really frustrating. If you look at an apex and then you go past it, it gets blurry. So the best way to show this, and you will know this, by the way, if you're watching and you're a PSVR2, please subscribe. I'd love to have your support because I really I'm like an advocate for making this stuff better. So this is the best way for me to explain it. The reprojection here, for me, makes this almost unwatchable. Because as I move my head, the PlayStation is having to guess where my car is going to be in the next frame, and it's guessing at such a wild distance. There are basically 2 versions of my car. And it's every car here. Every car I can see here, there's 2 versions of it. There's a version like kind of like holographically ahead, and then there's a version behind it. And it's just really muddy, and it doesn't look real. It's not nice to look at. And that applies for everything in motion. So that's how we definitely know that there's reprojection on here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Options, Display, and I'm going to do this all-important setting here in the race. So starting the race now. Again, just setting. And very important, you look straight when it goes here. And now, when I look at Gallegos, oh, there's not this. Oh my god, no, there's whoa, there's tearing. What the hell? I'm very interested that's going to come across in the video, but there was tearing on his name. So there's not the same blurring. There's still a little bit of blurring, but that I think might be sort of my eyes adjusting. Oh my goodness, what's happening at some... There's tearing. I swear, there's some kind of tearing. There's another... Oh my goodness. There's another artifacting effect coming on here that's not good. This is my first time doing this, by the way, so this is why you're hearing my live impressions. So the numbers are better. The numbers on my dash are pretty good. So maybe it's just something with the text pop-ups there. And looking at my final lap is better as well. I wonder if this is a little bit dynamic, you know. I wonder if it interpolates if it needs to. But it's now like looking at curbs and things. So where you kind of like, it's not changing that frequently. If I look at an apex of revving my car out there, that's now a lot crisper. Seeing the cars go ahead of me is a lot crisper. I'm not afraid of moving my head as much as I used to be because there's not that negative feeling of everything that's going to go blurry. So if I try and pick my apex here on the right hand side, it was there somewhere. It was there somewhere. Oh my god. That is a very expensive accident I've had there. Even the mirror... Sorry, bro, I'm just... Oh, my God. Even the mirror is clearer. So it's definitely clearer. I want to do one more test. I want to go to Brands Hatch. Because I feel like there was some tearing there, which is interesting. We'll do some side-by-side as well in this video with what we did before the patch. So let's go now to Brands Hatch. So we'll do a quick race, Indy, in the morning. Actually, I want to change my car. I want to change my car to the little Honda here. And again, we've got this new set. Oh my god, that is a lot. So I noticed that straight away as being, with the cars moving, there's no blurriness. Like, that is very crisp. That is very crisp. I wonder if the Nordschleife's a little bit different because it needs to load into memory or something. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, this feels a lot better. This feels a lot... Oh, hang on. Oh, there's still something go... There's still things that go weird. Like, for some reason, the when I turn here, the timing board goes absolutely mad. You see that when well, you might not see it. When I'm turning, the timing board does not like it. It really blurs and it tears in a weird way. But the actual driving experience, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn all the UI off. I think I'm going to turn all the UI off and let's see now. Yes. Okay, now I can see the benefits. 100%. 100%. Now this is a lot better. There is no of the same blurriness. Bro, did you just seriously do that? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to turn that setting on now. I think the UI is still struggling, and obviously some of that stuff is text. So we're going to turn that off. And that's on ray. Oh my, we're still on ray tracing as well. Let's see what happens when we change that. Oh my goodness. Okay, ready? Okay. Yeah, now we got that blurring. Now we got that blurring. Yes, now we've got that blurring, so I can tell you that this setting is not as good. Okay? So if you've got a PS5 Pro, you want that setting on. Everything is more blurry now. When that car came across me, there were sort of like 2 versions of it. I don't like it. It's really muddy, and no one was honest with you about this, apart from me, hopefully. Right, not hopefully, but hopefully I was honest with you, and I would love more people to explain it as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and display. We're going to prioritize frame rate and have this setting on. And let's see if that makes a difference. Jury was out on frame rate and ray tracing settings in the previous one. Let's see. This feels this feels pretty good. This feels pretty damn good. I can't actually tell if there's repro on this. Let me put the display back on. Maybe when you go on frame rate, it doesn't repro anymore. There's still a bit of kind of like old school blurring of the text. Anyway, that seems more stable. So let's now do the ultimate. Well, hang on. Let's. Oh, sorry. There obviously wasn't reprojection on because I had the setting on. So I'm going to turn the setting off. Now there should be reprojection. Let's see. That's why I was getting a bit. I was expecting it to be the other way around. Good job I wasn't like, oh, this is like, oh, whatever. Yes, and now we have that reprojection where you literally can't read someone's name. You literally can't read someone's name. So the question is, what is better for VR players? Is it frame rate? So you've got to have that setting on if you're a PSVR2 guy or girl. So you've got to have that setting on. What's better, frame rate or ray tracing? And is there actually ray tracing in VR? Let's have a look. Have a look at how the sky feels. So I can see McCormick still. So we've got that big purple glow in the... Oh my god. Big purple glow in the cockpit, but we know we had that before. You can see the reflection. You can actually see your helmet in there. Oh my god. You can see my helmet. See the lighting there on that coppery gold thing, whatever it is on the right hand side. Okay, so that's good. So now let's go to the other setting. My hunch is I'm going to prefer frame rate. But I'm not even convinced this setting makes a difference. Let's have a look. I'm not even convinced. But if I'm not convinced, I'd rather be selecting the setting that's going to give me frame rate. So we can still see my race suit in there. We're going to get that nice purple glow. Yeah, nice purple glow. The map is horrendously reprojected. The map is actually double. The map is broken here, guys. You must be able to see that. Like, can you see how there's 2 maps? So I do honestly, I do think something is broken with the UI, and that's why in this video you've been hearing me sort of and ah about the UI, and that map is actually the best explanation I can give. Where there's genuinely 2 maps. So something has gone wrong with the UI, and that's why I'm seeing some kind of blurring and tearing But if you turn that off, and to be honest, the best way to play this game would be in this VR setting with no UI and with a spotter. So you can have a spotter, but you can press a button where it just gives you relevant information. So I could press a button now, be like, you're on lap 3 and position 8. And I could press it again, you're on lap 3 and position 6. Like, how hard would it be? Polyphony, I'll do it. But yeah, you want the PS5 Pro setting on, and this is just a better way to play. It's as big an update as I saw in the Crew Motorfest and Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, obviously in their 2D modes. You can now really lock onto people and absolutely ram their priceless Mercedes cars off the road. So that's been a very whistle-stop tour. Short answer is, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more just honest thoughts from me on this. Put that setting on if you have a PS5 Pro. Put that setting on. Right, I'm going to do some more testing, and I'll see you next time.